story on Live5News.com. Reporting live in Dorchester County, Anna Harris, Live 5 News.
And the rain continues to come down. You can see it out there as we looked outside into Dorchester County with Anna, of course. But here in West Ashley, this is our camera right outside of our station. The rain continues. And if you've been out and about today, you know it. The rain has really been pretty consistent. Even last night, we started to see the main bands of Debby kind of move into the area, at least the first bands, I should say. Really, all of this moisture over the next few days will continue to stack up on each other, really creating a very, very, very wet environment, possibly causing some trees down. You know how that goes. Power outage is a possibility. What you want to do for the rest of the evening, get everything ready to go, charge up your devices, have ways to get watches, warnings, all of that information from us as we move throughout the next few days. Right now, live radar, you can see the rain right now. We're really getting a little bit of a break for a good portion of the area in terms of the heavy rainfall. You can see those green colors on most of the map here, but down to our south, especially into Buford, those heavier pockets of rainfall moving on shore, where we're also tracking really a small area of rotation right down to our south, just into parts of Georgia. You can see that tornado warning there. National Weather Service just mentioned they are letting that expire really as that starts to break apart. You can see how much rain we've already gotten. Quite a bit, and this is just the beginning. We've been talking about this, Bill, Chris, throughout the day. Joey this morning, this isn't just a one-day event. It is a multiple-day event, which means we just have rain stacking on top of itself, once again creating that very moist environment out there. So how much rainfall so far have we actually gotten? You can see over the last 24 hours that blue coloring here covering quite a few of us. That's anywhere from 1 to 3 inches. So some of us have already seen 3 inches. We could see 10 plus more, even 15 more inches as really the days go on here with Debby. The slow movement, that's the issue with Debby. If this was a fast moving system, this would be out of here before we know it. But we're really not seeing a lot of steering currents in the atmosphere to push Debby away from us faster. So a slow moving system, definitely just want to know that. That will mean really prolonged rainfall over the next few days. And you can just see the slow movement of Debby here Tuesday as we move in to Wednesday, Thursday, possibly still dealing with this. Eventually the system moving to our north by the weekend, but it is going to be a wet week, a soggy week. Hopefully have some indoor activities maybe for the kids, for yourself, because that's where you want to be. You want to be in your safe space throughout the week. You definitely do not want to go out in this, especially in the evenings. You can see this heavy rainfall will continue overnight into tomorrow, and then we kind of throw in that chance of 1 or 2 tornadoes spinning up as this moisture spins right along our coastline. We're in that northeastern quadrant of the storm system, which usually gives us a bit of rotation, a little bit better chance of tornadic activity even throughout the day Wednesday. The center of the system is right near the area, so not a ton of movement with this system, which of course leads to our flooding potential. Once again, prepare right now for that historic flooding that we've been talking about for days. Limit travel, stay in. Folks are out and about right now on the roads, definitely looking at that. Hopefully they're out there getting those last essentials that they'll need over the next few days, because once you're in tonight, you want to stay in for the next few days. And also, like I mentioned earlier, anticipate the possibility of power outages. We have such saturated ground already, and more of that is on the way. Speaking of saturated ground, if a flood watch in effect, of course, throughout the end of the week. Rainfall totals, we've been talking about this a lot, but we're really in the highest location. Really just bad luck for us with this system. You can see we have the highest potential for the heaviest rainfall within Debby here as we move through the next few days. 10 to 20 inches. Once again, some of us have already seen 3 inches, so additional rainfall from what we're already seeing. Flooding, possibly a major issue. We also have the chance of some spin-ups. I mentioned it earlier, but a tornado watch in effect for pretty much the entire area, especially overnight. We're really going to monitor the radar into tomorrow as well. Could even see some storm surge. Now, thankfully, we're not talking about king tides this week. That is good news. But you know how it is here in the low country, especially even if we just see showers with a higher tide, sometimes we see flooding. So really amplify that, and that's what we're expecting over the next few days. So if you live in a low-lying spot, you know how it is. You want to definitely pin things down, bring them to higher ground if you can. 7-day forecast. We continue to track Debby, of course, over the next few days. I mentioned a slow moving system. Don't expect this to be all said and done really until the end of the work week, especially the weekend. At least we have a nice light at the end of the tunnel. That rainfall should slowly dissipate through Friday and into the weekend when those temperatures also warm back up into the 90s.
Thank you.